Well, it's been an interesting couple weeks for the LPGA Tour. Lexi Thompson's going to hang it up at the end of this year. She's been playing a long time, been a great player for years, so I'll be sad to see her go. Hope she has a great last year for her career. Obviously, Amy Yang playing great at the Women's PGA. Awesome performance. This video, we'll take a look at Grace Kim and her swing. I do like to go onto the LPGA website, take a look at the stats for these players and see kind of how that might be a basis for taking a look at the performance. And certainly we see great young player, only 23. Driving accuracy, 76%. Greens and regs, 70%. Both almost top 30, 31 and 33. Putts per GIR, 77, not quite as good. Putting average, 99th rank. So not great, but when you do hit lots of greens, of course, sometimes your putting stats might slip a little. But we'll see as her career goes on. Does the putting hinder her or does it become an asset? From a technical standpoint, really a beautiful swing to watch. Great fundamentals, setup, posture, set a very elegant looking swing as she works it up that plane. She really gets in a great position here with the club face in a little shut position, which I think is great for a lot of players that are younger, more flexible, and then works it back down onto the plane here. And if you look at great ball strikers, you will see it matching up with the right forearm shaft on the plane coming through. Not really something that a lot of people can do if they're not as flexible. But if you find it's easy for you to get the club face in this position, a little more closed at the top, and you can turn through, no ailments to your left side, your left knee is good, your left hip is good, and you can turn through and really clear, then it is possible for you to plane that thing out. The lower your hands get coming into impact, if they're getting closer and closer to this line, the less club face rotation you'll have through impact, and gives you a better chance to keep your ball on line all the way to the target. Being a more accurate player, not certainly the longest player, averaging somewhere in that 250 range, but very accurate. We know we're going to see good swing angles as well. Setup wise, excellent positioning, slight spine tilt back behind the ball, good wide base, great width and extension going back here. If you're not driving it well, certainly getting the club out there wider, farther from you will help you drive the ball straighter, more accurately, give you better chance for solid contact. If you're collapsing at this point and bending your arms, it's not going to help you. So good wide takeaway and a good wind up. She really highlights sitting into her sort of right glute or right leg. Obviously, she's not shifting weight. I never advocate a giant weight transfer back to the right. Maybe the old sort of sliding to the right move or loading up. But she definitely feels there's a pressure change in this foot and a load into the right glute here. And then she can use that pressure then to push forward to create force coming in. Now you can see the matchup is perfect. Face is dead square, hands are in perfect position, head's behind the ball. This shot here, one of the better angles we can really look at when she's out on the golf course. Great setup and posture. And I think if you look at a lot of LPGA players today, the coaching obviously is fantastic to get these basics really down. Australia obviously doing a great job training junior golfers. And she winds it up, and granted, she could probably get stronger over time. She looks very slight in the build. That's probably where she's losing some power there, but as she gets older and stronger, I'm sure she'll pick up some speed. She swings quite aggressively at it, and she has great angles here with the left wrist, club face square, and the clearing of the lower body. So she's in a great position here to let the club really go, and she does release it like crazy. Sometimes too much, she can get some hooks in there because she sort of stalls the body out and the club whips too much. And I know she's typically trying to hit the shape coming this way to create a little bit more tumble or rollout. But she is a great player, and I think she'll have a great career. Last look at the swing here. This wedge ends up getting left of the green, bouncing into the sand trap. It's a short club, short shot. But, once again, we talked about at the top here, great positioning, but because she's a draw style player, she fires super hard with the lower body and it clears like crazy. If she doesn't quite keep it going long enough, she's going to get some inside out tracking. Launch monitor showing an inside out path, possibly more than she wants. If everything slows down a little bit too much, that club face will shut just enough to get that ball going to the left. And sometimes those players you'll see look like the hips spin open and stop, and then the arms fling through. And that's where the player tends to just be leaning to the left, trying to get the ball coming back this direction. For a lot of players that are out there working right now, they don't get that clear. They're more of an arms player, less of a body player. But you can definitely get too quick with the lower body sometimes, clear out too fast, and that will overly shallow this thing. And then you get quick little hook, even with a wedge. Over the course of time, stats are stats. They don't really lie, but in a short span of time, there can be just a glimpse of something, or maybe something isn't quite accurate. If you look at her basics here, you do well to copy this. Bottom of the forearm line right in with the shaft, eyes right over the ball, great posture. Heel, or the weight slightly in the heels. You see that with a lot of great putters. And the putter tracking really well. Like I said, some things you can really learn from some of these younger players are so well coached, is if you get those basics down, get the fundamentals down, get that posture, get the eyes over the ball. Those are things that are just ironclad for getting your basics down, getting your alignment and your aim. And you'll see much more success from having a real consistent way of setting up every time. And from this angle, same great fundamentals. Eyes over the ball, dead square at address. Just looks absolutely perfect. Weight slightly in the heels, just barely. And this putt, just perfect touch on this putt. Outside right, just trickled in. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Grace Kim, thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time at the channel, or you have not done so, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, please hit the like button as well. And we will see you in the next video.